that has been circulating, especially from a particular trustee. I hope that we can move past this pattern of misinformation, because constantly having to fact check and clarify what should be straightforward matters is juvenile, exhausting, and frankly, a waste of everyone's time. Clarifying the record. Let's be clear. This board has always shown up to lawfully scheduled meetings. We have never proposed any measure to increase our salaries by 182%. That is simply a lie. We're a co-equal branch of township government, working fully within the scope of our authority. We share 100% of the legal and fiscal responsibility for this township, all without the benefit of support staff or making over $105,000 a year, like in a position designed by state law to be part-time. This is more than county officials. This is more, I apologize, I'm fasting, so I'm a little disoriented right now. By state law to be part-time. This is more than county officials and our state lawmakers. Let's talk numbers. Over the past 6 years, the current trustee has managed to increase her pay salary by over 50%, including a 20% raise in the first year during the height of COVID, the COVID pandemic, when people were suffering, losing jobs, and dying. That increase was funded by your tax dollars and mine. And to this day, I have been the only one publicly questioned that increase. In contrast, this board has only received a combined 19% increase, about $1,300 total in 6 years, despite sharing equal responsibility for the township's legal and fiscal operations. Discussions to bring board compensation in line with our responsibility under the law were never about 182% increase. The actual proposal would bring our annual compensation to $12,860.64, which is just 12% of the trustee's current salary, and is consistent with the other Marion County townships, but well below our surrounding county townships, many of which do not have a similar budget or responsibility for this Pike board. We are not here to do the bare minimum. As one of our state senators noted last month, this board exceeds expectation. We take our oversight duties seriously and will do the work. On the budget and fiscal responsibilities, now that the facts have been clearly laid out, let's turn to the business at hand. After reviewing the proposed budget, we identified several line items that were excessively top-heavy, non-essential, or not properly justified. I'm incredibly proud of the work this board has done. We fulfill our fiduciary responsibilities, ensured staff salaries and contract obligations are funded into 2026, and saved the township a substantial amount of money in the process. Here's what we've accomplished. In the Township General Fund, we saved taxpayers $65,000, reducing the proposed burden from $947,800 to $909,800, all while maintaining essential services. In the accumulative fund, we saved an additional $365,000. That's a total savings of $430,000 for the taxpayers. And tonight, we hope to approve an additional appropriations of $205,000 in township assistance to help support those most in need. Especially Demetrius and Kenya. I watched these two spend hours and days communicating with the trustee, asking difficult questions to find solutions and putting their constituents' voices first. That is the job of an elected official. We are committed to transparency, fiscal responsibility, honest governance. Let's now move forward with resolutions and continue serving our township with integrity. Okay. So the first item on the agenda, I'm not sure who has the adjusted agenda or not, but open public hearing, Beth.
Okay, so we are proposing an additional appropriation for $205,000 for township assistance, and it's for direct township assistance because to date, through September, we've spent 89% of our shelter budget and 84% of our utility budget. So in order to be able to hopefully, meet for the rest of the year, we've asked for an additional appropriation for that. So at $205,000. So I don't know if there's any public comment.
And again, that's for shelter and utilities, correct?
Yes, it's for direct assistance for
Okay.
other direct, in that category, yes.
Okay. But not the pantry, that's something so
Well,
totally different.
It's, honestly, it's all in the same
All
category.
in the same thing? Okay,
But-
so we'll have
but
money
for
to
the
patch
most
the
reason, we're
pantry.
using it for shelter and utilities. Because
Okay.
you can move things within that category,
Okay.
but that's what we're really needing it for, because that's where we've used most of our budget.
Okay.
I guess I'm still kind of concerned with the lack of spending in the prescription drugs fund group 1, where we placed $11,000 and we spent not one nickel. Also, in the burial and funeral services, where we've allocated for 2025 $40,000, and to date, we've only spent about 22% of the money. And then on the Group 2 side of the direct poor relief, again, back to food and household supplies, we've appropriated $10,000. And we're still not providing essential services to people that are in need. We put this money into these categories each and every year, but we don't seem to find a way of making sure that the people that are in need in this township are being served the way they deserve to be served. Maybe the trustee has something to say about that.
Well, good evening, everyone that's here. Can you hear me? Like I've always said, we've utilized as much as we can for individuals that are in need. Individuals that come to this office get serviced. Again, the burial area could be a little complicated because there are strict guidelines that some of the individuals do not want to follow. And so again, as I've said time and time again, I think that would be a good question for you to take to your legislators to maybe tweak the guidelines that are so stringent. Again, I only can follow. I will assure you that my caseworkers, my outreach coordinator, they work tirelessly every day to make sure everyone is taken care of. We're not in the business of turning down individuals. And whatever resources that we're not able to provide, I make sure that our other partners come alongside us and help us as well. So I know beyond a shadow of a doubt, 100% of our time and efforts is used to take care of the residents in Pike Township. I don't have any complaints. Nobody calls my office complaining. We get wonderful accolades of the good work that we're doing, and thank you for all the help that you're giving us as well. I just think that we want to make sure with the climate that we're approaching, that we have enough money to take care of those individuals that are going to be needing it. I attended a citizen energy meeting this afternoon where we're anticipating a lot of residents that will be in need. And again, we want to make sure that we have the funds there, so I don't have to come back and ask you for money. We'll have the funds there to take care of the residents that are needing the assistance.
What we did, I think last week or so, well, the last meeting we had, workshop, I requested the guidelines be sent to us. You sent it to us. Guidelines are pretty outdated. I think the last time this board, as some of you may not know, I've been sitting on this board about 6.5 years now. So everyone else is new with the exception of me. And those guidelines have not been updated in quite some time. And the guidelines itself, this board is supposed to approve the guidelines. So to address maybe some of the issues with the guidelines, maybe as a team, maybe a couple of us, because anything over three consists of a meeting. So maybe there's 2 of the board members who can look at those guidelines so we can better help people.
And I sent those guidelines out to you in a timely manner like you requested. And we have always made it a point to update our guidelines. You keep forgetting, I served on this board for 14 years, and we did guidelines. And they are not outdated. I've sent you an updated guidelines for 2026 that hopefully the board will approve those guidelines. They are inconsistent across the board with the other 9 townships. Our amounts are higher than the other townships. You may have 1 or 2 that are a little higher, but ours are all I would say, parallel. And you sent me, Chairwoman Peterson, HUD guidelines, and I did my best to fall right within that as well. So you have the guidelines, and hopefully we will pass those, and you will look them over as well. The burial assistance, we went up tremendously. We did our research, called various, funeral homes, asked them about what we can do to work alongside with them as well. So guidelines will be updated for 2026, and hopefully you guys will approve those in January as well. They're stated for January.
So, Madam Trustee, I have a question. So, I'm not necessarily against adding the additional appropriation I share with you, Beth. I think that if people need it, I'll help them. But I guess my question would be, is there a reason why you would not want to come back and ask for that additional funding? And I also would like to know what community outreach efforts have gone into educating the community at large about these essential services? Because when I see your community outreach person post, I saw a post about a fundraiser as well as a town hall. So I don't know how essential that is to educating the public about rental assistance, mortgage assistance, prescription drug, et cetera.
I'm not opposed to you coming back asking for anything. That's your job, that's your role. Whatever we need to do to help people, I have been all for that. Everybody that knows me in this community knows that. As far as what do I do out in the community, we have HOA meetings, we have, so that they can get the word out, at workshops. We have information and literature that we have out for people that come into this office every day. I have a brochure, I have a pamphlet that talks about all the community partnerships. And so, you're correct that I do post. I'm very vocal.
I was talking about the community outreach person, not you.
That's right. And that's what we do. We're out in the community. We have giveaways. We have one this Saturday. We have been out in the community every Saturday at some event, alongside even with the fire department, doing events. And we make sure that this information's out there. I am at so many speaking engagements. So we do everything we can to let residents know that we're here. And I think we've done a tremendous job, even with a website that we have. So
So,
I'll assure you that I'm out here working and getting that information out.
So Beth, can you give us the numbers again that you anticipate at the end of the year running out of for us to, the justification for us to improve the 205?
Yes.
Especially since we're not spending, did you say we're not spending the funds allocated, but we're almost at
Well, through
89,
September,
yeah.
so first of all, the first section that she was referring to, for the prescriptions and the burials is in a different section and that's only at 17%. But in the other direct poor relief, which is made up of, and again, also, we've also spent 73% of our clothing and shoes, so a portion can be used for that. Shelter, we're at 89%, and at public utilities, we're at 84%. So in 3/4 of the way through the year, through September, that's 75% of the budget, and we're at 79%. And we're seeing, you know, an uptick even in this last quarter, so that's why we anticipate we are going to run out, and we will need some additional monies, and we wanna make sure we have enough for that.
And how did you settle on the 205, that number?
I don't know, I just picked a number right now. I mean, there really isn't any real, to be honest, I mean.
So you just picked a number?
Well, no, I shouldn't say that. I did do it off of, oh, no, I apologize. I don't know.
But we're gonna approve the budget.
Well,
just picked
no,
a
I
number.
mean,
Come on now.
I think I took an average of what we've spent and what we anticipate based on what we're spending currently.
You also took into consideration the federal, the market rate, did you not, when you came up with the 205?
Right. I mean, yes, you look at all of those things as far as that and then the need. Again, as I'd mentioned before, you don't know if someone's gonna come in and want a 1-bedroom or if they have a 2-bedroom. You don't know exactly what their needs are, so you can't sit there and base it solely off of that. You have to look at the total of what you anticipate based on what we've had. And that's all I can do.
And what was that percentage increase from 2025 to 2026? As it references to 205?
I don't have 26, this is related to 25. This has nothing to do with 26 at all. This is only for the rest of this year. So this will not carry over into 26. So when you appropriate funds, you're appropriating it for the year, and what you don't spend at the end of the year then just goes back into the fund. It's not spent.
So, I don't,
Go on.
real quick, Chairwoman, I'm not opposed to the 205 either. I just want to ensure that if we're going to appropriate this $205,000, this additional $205,000, and you're saying it's going to be used for the pantry, because next month, SNAP stops.
Right.
So we're gonna have a lot of constituents who are going to be hungry, who have children. And what I'm looking at, and what we went through the workshop, we had $10,000 appropriated, and you said that this was for the pantry, and at the time, only $629.54 had been used, yet you're on TV asking for donations. So what I don't want to happen is that we give you this $205,000, and we don't utilize it in the way that we need to utilize it. We don't need to rely on people to donate to the food pantry when we have money that we just appropriated. So that's what I do not want to see, or do not want to happen. If we're gonna give you money, take some of this money, pack that pantry, and when food stamp stops, when SNAP stops, and our constituents and our residents of Pike Township come in and need food, there should be canned goods and food in that pantry for them, without us having to go on TV saying we need donations, because there's money here in the budget currently that's for the food pantry that's not being utilized. So that's all I have to say about that.
Yeah, I just want to comment on that. And Ms. Perkins, you're correct. I think what we're not understanding is we've already spent 89% of the budget. We're talking about just finishing out 2025
I
and make sure
understand.
that we have the funds for that. And
I understand.
everyone that comes to this office is serviced. No one is turned away from anything. So let that be clear. And so we're gonna make sure, we just wanna make sure we have enough to get through December the 31st. We don't know, again, we anticipate that. I can say this because every year we do this. This is part of the board. We do this every year. Again, I was on the board for 14 years, and the previous trustee would come and make sure that we had enough money to finish out the year. That's all we want to make sure. So we're gonna spend as much as we can, but please keep in mind, residents, individuals have to qualify.
They have
I'm
to
talking
qualify to
about-
come to the
I wasn't
Oh,
done.
okay.
I wasn't done.
Okay.
I'm talking about what we're asking for is just it's overall. That could be food, that could be diapers, that could be your utilities, your mortgage, your rent, individuals that have to stay in a hotel. All of that is in that. So nobody comes up here. If you guys want a tour, you can take a tour tonight with me. I had a gentleman take a tour today with me. You'll see I have a food table. You can come up off the street and get whatever you need. I have a sock bin. We're getting ready for individuals that need things to stay warm. No one gets turned down for anything, not food or not diapers. So we're gonna make sure, we just wanna make sure we got enough to get through to 12/31. That's all we're asking for.
Trustee
And
Johnson,
we'll spend what we need to spend.
Trustee Johnson, I don't think that anyone up here is saying that your office is denying people food, service, whatever. What we're saying is, your staff just told us she pulled out a number out of the air, and we're
I
trying to
don't think
figure.
she meant it by that.
Well,
She
okay.
does that
Well-
every year.
well,
Not
again,
that she
so-
meant it. That's why she
I'm
explained
not done,
herself.
Trustee Johnson. So what
She
I'm
explained
saying
herself.
is, you're asking for additional funds. I don't think that any of us disagrees with funding because we want to be in a better safe than sorry type of situation. But you guys haven't been able to articulate the number component,
believe that.
and then there's still funds in the budget. Is 205 the appropriate amount, I guess I'll be asking. I know you're saying overall, but Member Perkins was very specific in what she was talking about in regards to the food pantry.
And there's 9 townships. Everyone is gonna have money left over because you don't, it's anticipation. Again, I agree with you guys 100%. All I'm saying is we're gonna do whatever needs to be done to make sure people are taken care of. And you can come back next year and you can see what we have done. And you get this report every month that shows you how much we have spent all the way up to the penny. Every month, we send out what we spend. Every month, you get this. And it
That's all I
shows
have,
what
Madam
I've
Chair.
taken out. But no,
That's all I have.
we're gonna make sure that everybody gets what they need. I mean, if the need is out there, we make sure that they have it. That's all I can say.
Okay, I get your point, Trustee Johnson, but specific areas. When you bring all the numbers together, yeah, we may be at 89%, 90% of spending. That's because of paying people's rents, their mortgages, whatever the case may be. But specific categories, food, prescription drugs, couple other areas, the clothing for the kids is not too bad.
School uniforms.
But there's still areas that we need to make sure that they're helping the people. But when you put all the numbers together, yeah, it all looks good
Well, thank you.
overall, but
We will do that.
category, putting things in categories, where people are also
We'll
in
do our
need.
best. We'll do our best. We'll do our best. No.
Okay,
Did you sign in, Ms. Rosemary?
Yeah.
I don't think we're there yet.
not
Not
at this
just
point,
yet,
not
Ms.
at this
Rosemary.
point. Okay.
Not just yet.
This is the public hearing.
Yeah, so they
All right.
They're still speaking. is what I'm
Well, are we done with,
Yes.
Beth? Thank you, Beth. I'll see you again on the go-around. Okay, the approval of the minutes. Have we had a chance to,
So you have to close the public hearing.
I'm sorry?
You have to close the public hearing.
I'm sorry.
But
If there's
there was
no other comments,
Hold on, wait,
questions?
Rosemary, since you guys are done talking, Ms. Rosemary had a comment.
I'm sorry. And you want, Katie, you want to come to the podium? Come to the podium. Rosemary, you have a question?
I just had a question, I can sit here if you like.
No.
I was trying to figure out where the utilities was in the 205,000. Are we just thinking about food or utilities?
It's partly utilities. The need is in utilities, housing, and food are the areas that we need the money.
Okay,
It can be used for any of those.
Okay, so my next question is,
Come to the podium, Rosemary.
I guess she's asking what's the breakdown of the 205 that's gonna go
Well,
to utility?
It doesn't have to be. It can be used in that whole category. That's what I'm saying. It's just based on whatever the need is in that
Which
category.
area?
Okay, state your name
so my name is Rosemary Turntine,
and your Pike Township
and I'm
resident.
elected Pike Township Precinct Committee person and a community advocate. And like I said, my question was, where, in the 205,000, I was just wondering where the utilities would come out of that. I just hear you talking about food, clothing, and stuff like that. So is there a amount set aside for utilities?
Yes, so so that in this additional appropriation, it's going to be used in this whole section, which is other direct poor relief, which is food and household supplies, clothing and shoes, shelter, fuel, public utility service, books, transportation, and new baby assistance and child assistance. That's the whole category. The biggest areas that we're spending in right now are the clothing and shoes, the shelter, and the public utilities are the areas that we're overspending in. So more than likely, that 205 can be used in there. But at the end of the month, at the end of the year, that section, as long as that section in total is not over budget, that's fine. If one category is over, it can be adjusted with another, and there is not a problem with that. So that's why I'm saying that 205 can be used as needed in which category it's needed in.
Okay, so is there a record of people, when they come in, is there a record of the approvals and the rejected applications?
Yeah, so at the end of the year, there is a form that's filed, it's called the TA7, which summarizes all the people that came in, all the people that received assistance, all the people that received like additional assistance, like trustee mentioned, a lot of times it's the referrals that get a lot of sources, because sometimes a lot of these people just don't qualify, unfortunately. And so if they don't qualify, they look for other places that they can get assistance, like local churches and community centers and things like that. Because I work with other townships, and a lot of the assistance comes by the referrals, and that takes time as well. And then it gives those numbers, and then it tells you how many people are given for utilities, how many for housing, and it breaks all those down on the number in the household, and then also the number of people that were served.
So that's yearly, not monthly, not weekly?
Well, you can print it off monthly, yes, you can. I mean, but that's an annual report that's filed with your annual financial report.
Okay, so what is the process like, if you want a copy of a rejected application to
So I
review?
don't know if that's, I mean, I'm
That's
not
a
in the
question for
assistance
the
section,
trustee.
so I don't know if that's public information, to be very honest.
Huh?
It's not public
I said
information.
that's probably not public.
You're more than welcome, if you applied for assistant and you got rejected, then you have a process that you go through.
Well, that's why I was asking,
So-
but
oh,
you
yeah.
said it's not public
You know, everyone,
information.
every township has that.
Okay,
You
I'll
have a
visit the
process.
office then to see, because I was wondering what happened to my rejected application, so, okay, thank you.
What year was that?
What year was it?
Yeah, what year were you rejected?
Do you want to have this conversation right
Well,
here?
I just asked a question.
Okay.
You said it, you
I
the one
don't
who
think you
said
really
it.
want to.
Oh, I do.
Thank you, Ms.
Thank you,
Rosemary.
No
Ms.
issue.
Rosemary.
Ms. Hanley?
'Cause there is none.
Annette, I mean, trust, let's just,
Let's be respectful.
Well, tell him.
It's wonderful to be respected.
yes.
I've been in this township for 15 years.
Ms. Hanley, speak into the mic, or pull the mic towards you.
Okay. I've been in the township for 15 years, moved up here from Louisville. Now, in 2020, my husband died. And I reached out because I was a widow at that time when he died in 2020. I didn't have a lot of money to do anything. His daughters showed up and evicted me from his home. That was in 2020. What I did not understand at first was that I could come to the township and ask them for help. So when I learned that, I came to the township to get some help, because an eviction, which had never happened to me, but anyway, but that was something that just stuck in my heart, because I said, well, there's help here. Let me go and get some help. And I came one time, filled out the application, put down everything that I was supposed to put down, and I was rejected. About 2 weeks later, I'm still in this position where I don't have a place to lay my head. And I come into the township office, and I said, when can I get some help? Or can I get some help? And I was told that I could not get help. So that has been, as the old people say, stuck in my craw for a long time. And I'm just now been able to address it. So I don't want that to happen to anybody else. I don't want that to happen to anybody else. When people come by and see your furniture sitting out on the driveway, I don't want that to happen to anybody else.
Thank you.
Thank you for listening.
We're sorry you have to go through that, Ms. Henley. Anybody else have any questions?
Thank you. My name is Abdul-Hakim Shabazz. I've been a Pike Town resident since 2011, I believe it is. So more years than my wife personally cares to remember. I just had one question for the board. Because Ms. Peters talked about misinformation being out there and misinformation being spread. So I think this would be the purpose opportunity to just clear up a couple of things. So I feel better about my situation as a Pike Township resident, knowing that my property tax dollars are being spent as they should be. Is there any plan, or has there been any discussion by some members of the board to use, purchase gym memberships, to get $75,000 for your own attorney? I just want to clear the air. Is yes or no? That's all I'm asking.
No.
There's been no discussion.
Not to the questions that you just asked. You
All right,
have to ask it a
that's
different way.
that's all I'm asking. Just
Okay. The questions that you just asked, the answer was again?
No.
no discussion, nothing written down.
No.
Nothing. Okay, that's all I want to know. Thank you.
Not for the question that you asked.
But Abdul, we will appreciate next time if you want to write something to ask us first. We would definitely fact check with you.
We sure will.
Don't worry, that's coming.
All right.
Okay, good.
It's called halfway.
Yeah.
All right, anybody else have any questions or comments? All right, the public hearing is now closed. The next item on the agenda is the board minutes.
Kelly, just state your name and tell them what you're gonna do before you go. State your name and tell them. Right there, state your name.
I'm gonna grab some business card. My name is Ellie. I'm one of the case workers here. So I'm gonna grab my business card so I can get some information to further investigate your case.
They can hear you, speaking to Mike.
Okay. My name is Ellie. I'm one of the case workers here. I'm gonna bring my business card and take your information so I can further investigate what happened to your cases.
Madam Chairperson,
Yes.
on your minutes, I think, under, I don't remember, under item 4, refers to Pat Madison. I'm going to guess that was Pat Magnuson.
Yeah. And I think she's here.
I believe she's.
Here, Pat.
Now, it's entirely possible, we also have a Pat Madison, but I think it was Pat Magnuson.
You got that, Ashley? All right, anybody have questions regarding the minutes from
Well, I do
September
for,
16th?
I do for the chief. I thought, and chief, correct me if I'm wrong, maybe I'm wrong, but I thought you were going to do a study or have a study commission to give an update on the environmental sanctions, and then we will move forward from that. But it reads that there will be no moving forward on that. I want to make sure that we address that, so if we do move forward, we can move forward and get the station what it needs.
As I, excuse me, as I recall the meeting, yes, there was a discussion about having a Phase 2 environmental study completed. And there was a number of back and forth with respect to that. Where we ended up, I don't recall whether we ended up having a Phase 2 done or not doing anything else. I can tell you right now, as we sit here, that I can't do a Phase 2 without the approval of the landowner, and I do not have that yet.
Okay, thanks.
So I don't have the minutes in front of me to reflect one way or the other what they say.
Okay, appreciate it. That's all, Madam Chair.
Any other concerns, questions regarding the minutes? I have no other discussion. Take a motion to approve the minutes from September 2nd.
I move to accept the motions from September.
Motion with the amended, Pat's last name is Pat's.
Oh, we
last
didn't make
name.
that amendment, okay. I make the motion to accept the minutes with the amendments.
Motion made by Mr. Hicks to accept the minutes with the amendment.
I second the motion.
Okay. Ms. Kenya Perkins, second. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Minutes from September 16th. Passes. Okay. The adoption of the 2026 budget. Okay, I gave you all, let me give this to, I think the trustee doesn't have it.
Oh, give that to her.
Give you a copy of, sorry, give me a second here. All right, so anyway, so we have the 2026 budget in front of us. I'd like to receive a motion from one of the members of the body to discuss the 2026 budget.
I move to make the motion to discuss the 2026 budget.
Second, anyone second?
Second.
Second by Ashley. All right, so 2026 budget is open for discussion. Okay, well, I have, as far as the budget is concerned, you have something? Well, as it pertains to the salary resolution for 2026, I just gave out the resolution. And
Do you guys have a copy?
Madam Chair, is this
Yeah.
what you're going over? Madam Chair,
Do we all have a
this is what
copy?
you're going over?
Do we all have a copy of this?
yeah, I have a copy of
No, I'm
the,
saying does Beth and Attorney and Chief?
I have a copy of it. I mean, yeah. So,
This is what we're
to
going
just
over.
so, to
I
clarify.
want to make sure.
Just to clarify on the salary resolution, the budget is a placeholder for
Can't change.
the salary resolution. Those are two separate documents as far as approval process. So you approve the budget, and we have the placeholder to, doesn't mean that's what you're going to pay people. It just means that's what the placeholder that we have to pay people.
right,
And then we push the salary resolution, and that's what individuals be paid.
but the budget itself, which is the overall budget, which will also have the salaries for the fire department, along with the assistants, along with the trustee's office, along with the
Small
court,
claims.
right?
It's a placeholder for those, yes, so we had put in there for a 5% increase.
So we probably need to do the resolution first, then
Yeah.
that.
Okay, so, but as a part of the discussion for the budget, the resolution is a part of the discussion.
Okay, that's fine.
I mean, I'm asking,
Not
right?
necessarily, no. I mean, I have a lot of places, they don't even always approve the salary resolution at the time they do the budget, and a lot of them do. I mean, I have both ways. You don't have to approve. You can approve the budget without a salary resolution. I mean, the last night when I went to one, it was just approved without, and we'll do it the next one. And some of
All
them
right,
do it at the
well,
same
we're
time.
gonna do the resolution, which I'm gonna read.
Chairwoman Peterson, I just want to make sure that everyone that is part of this has everyone does not have this. You're
Here's
changing.
Jeff- Here's Chief.
That's
Oh,
what
I
I'm
don't
saying.
have a change, I just have mine.
Yeah, this is all different.
Oh, no, I don't have that.
That's what I'm asking. Make,
And he's the union president, right?
yeah, he needs one too.
Well, here's one.
What you need, Ricky? You need one? Oh, we don't have that.
I think that's it. Who?
Yeah,
I don't have.
the staff have it.
So Chief, you have one? Okay.
We have have somebody print some more of the ones that
Okay.
handed out.
No, I'm handing it to the individuals that need to have a copy of it. And specific to you, the union president, what's your name again? I'm sorry.
Steve Mills.
Steve Miller.
Mills.
Steve Mills. In particular, I would be, once we read off this resolution, interested in your participation in the contract
Okay.
to make sure that our firefighters, our frontline people, are getting what they're supposed to get, and that this is something that was agreed upon.
Okay.
Okay.
Yep, I have all those numbers.
All right, thank you. Okay, in reference to the resolution, I'm gonna read this resolution off. Okay, resolution number 2025-02. The resolution of the Pike Township Board providing guidance to budget decisions. Whereas Indiana Code provides the framework for the Township Board to set a budget. Whereas the Pike Township Marion County budget has proposed by the trustee and the Pike Township Board now deserves to provide the trustee with guidance regarding amendments to the proposed budget. Now therefore be it resolved by the Pike Township, Marion County, Indiana, as follows. In accordance with Indiana Code 36-6-6-10E, the Pike Township Board hereby eliminates the following positions and their corresponding salaries from the 2026 budget and the 2026 salary resolution. A, Tech Support Specialist, $65,000 is removed from the budget. Therefore, the Township General Fund Personal Services line item is reduced by $65,000 from the proposed $947,800 to $909,800. In accordance with the Indiana Code 36-6-6-10E, the Pike Township Board hereby reduces the appropriations in the budget to align with the salary resolutions, specifically Resolution Number 2025-03 for the fire chief salary by $7,194. Therefore, the fire and EMS fund personal services be reduced by $7,194. In accordance with Indiana Code 36-6-6-10B and C, compensation includes all employee benefits paid to an elected township officer, including life insurance, health insurance, disability insurance, retirement benefits, pension benefits, and the township legislative body shall fix the compensation of all officers and employees of the township. Therefore, the Pike Township Board hereby designates a portion of the Township General Fund's personal services line item for the Pike Township Board's compensation in the following accounts. A, Pike Township Board salaries in the amount of $64,300, which equals to $12,860.64 per Township Board member. B, Pike Township Board members' health insurance in the amount of $40,000, which equals to $8,000 per board member. C, Pike Township Board members are hereby deemed eligible for participation in the Indiana Public Employees Retirement Fund, PERF, and $9,005 is budgeted for the purpose of PERF in the line item of the budget. In accordance with Resolution 2025-01, passed by this board early this year, the Pike Township Board has decided to hire independent legal counsel. The Pike Township Board now designates $15,000 in the Township General Fund Services and charges line item professional services for the Pike Township Professional Services. After careful review and consideration, the Pike Township Board determines the amount appropriated in the 1190 Cume Building Equipment Fund is more than is needed for this purpose. Specifically, the fund numbered 1190-410 4CE staff vehicles reduced from $270,000 to $0. Fund 1190-4204DB, facilities remodeling is reduced from $250,000 to $155,000 to remove $45,000 of the funds for a kitchen remodel at Station 64 and $50,000 for furniture as needed, and justification for the expense has been found to be inadequate by the board. Therefore, the Pike Township Board hereby reduces the appropriation funds 1190 cumulative building and equipment fund by $365,000. Resolved by the Pike Township Board, Marion County, Indiana, on the 21st day of October 2025. Anybody have any questions?
I think we need clarification on what type of benefits you guys are asking for. From my understanding,
That's it.
you're not employees, so you're not entitled to health care and insurance and all the benefits that the employees that work here, you know, Monday through Friday, 7 days a week or whatever. I'm looking at this now. And so you want to go up from $50 a meeting, because a lot of you guys don't have this information, to $112 a meeting.
Yes.
So from $50 a meeting to $112, and you want so that'll bring your salary to $12,000. How do you justify health insurance and PERF and all that? The state code said you have to work 35 hours a week to
I'm sorry, what do you have to do?
35 hours?
It's 30.
You have to be,
It's 30 hours.
No, that's not true.
no, it said 35.
We have various townships that they're
Which
allotted,
ones?
the allotted amount annual.
I would like to see that information.
You have Gone Gateway, that's what you always tell us. You have Warren Township, you have Wayne Township, you have Center Township, you have townships in in Hamilton County, where their salaries are set at $10,000 plus. You have
I sent it.
Warren Township is probably one of the most suffering townships that we have in Marion County. They set their salary, their percentage, 10% of the trustee's salary, along with getting health insurance, and they're part of the PERF. It's been that way for years. And they're financially struggling.
That's not true.
Struggling. Okay? So, again, that's misinformation that the trustee is providing.
No, that is not true.
So, the thing here, we have the resolution in front of us.
Can I have an
Here's
opportunity
the-
to interject about health insurance?
Yeah.
Pardon me?
Can I have an opportunity to interject with respect to health insurance?
After we vote on this resolution. I'll entertain a motion to accept this resolution.
I make a motion to accept the resolution number 2025-02.
Keep in mind, residents, that these board members did not run on that. They did not run on salary compensations. They ran that they would support the fire department.
We're in the
Is that
middle of
a-
a,
we're in the
middle of a-
vote.
Hold on,
vote
wait a minute,
on
Madam
that.
Madam Chair, hold on, one second, Madam Chair. What she just did was highly inappropriate. Let's just address this real quick, because
I can show the salaries for everybody.
Trustee Johnson, I have the floor, and you are out of order. You are out of order. If you don't agree with the resolution of our chairwoman, that's one thing, but for you to go and post our pictures up there, all of that, the chairwoman just said at the beginning of our meeting which you put false information out with
I heard
Abdul.
what she said, and you
Look,
put
well,
false
I'm
information.
speaking, I got the
I'm
floor,
speaking.
stop interrupting me. Stop interrupting
And
me.
you tell
Stop.
the truth.
I'm telling the truth.
So you're
Stop.
not.
You
No.
wanna create a dramatic situation, and I'm not gonna
dramatic at all.
have
Just be
that.
honest, be
I'll
honest.
let you have your 10 minutes of fame.
Yeah,
There's
listen,
the salaries
we
for
have-
everybody.
We have a motion on the floor.
I second it, I second it, you're good, I second it.
All in favor of the motion?
Aye.
Aye.
It passes.
Those opposed?
I oppose.
Okay.
You abstain? So we have 3 yeses,
majority.
1 no, and then 1 abstain.
One abstain and one no.
Abstaining.
Yeah, she's
Okay,
abstaining.
this is crazy.
All right, so the resolution 2025-02 passes.
She doesn't even work full-time, got her nerves.
Okay.
I know you don't talk about work.
Come on now, let's
Work more than full.
No, you
keep this,
don't. No,
let's
you
keep
don't.
this professional, please.
Yeah, right.
No, you don't. Talk about Indiana
Okay.
code.
You don't know nothing
Come
about
on.
it,
Yeah,
like I said.
yeah, a
Okay,
joke.
as far as the appropriation for the assistance, I guess that's the 205, Beth?
Pardon me?
Is that the 205?
Yes.
Okay.
What a waste.
All right, so we've had explanation about that. All in favor
Aye.
of appropriation, the $205 to get us through the rest of the year?
And that's in multiple, that covers everything, right? Okay, I'm in favor of that.
Can we put an amendment in there, because you know how I feel about the food, that we do allot some for the pantry? We just I just want to make sure that when people come here, they will be able to get some food.
It's in that category, so yes,
Okay.
there's money available for that.
Okay, I just want to make sure, can we put like an amendment in there that we allot a certain amount for that and to keep that stocked, or no?
Unfortunately, you can't. This is the way the
already
additional
started.
appropriation, you have to
I'm
follow
just
the lines. and
wanna
this is
make
what the
sure.
LDO follows.
Said it 10 times.
So I have to.
And I
do it
want to
based
make
off
sure.
of- Yeah, but it will be allowed.
That's your job to ask, Member Perkins?
Oh, no, that's fine. It's allowed.
No, she's getting issued from this one down here.
Demetrius. Okay, so, I think, do we have a second in reference to the motion?
Yeah,
For the
second.
resolution?
Ashley.
A second, okay, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye. No opposed, so motion passed.
A joke.
Okay, so C we've done already. Okay, in reference to the salary resolution
I thought you just
for
passed that.
2026, I'm sorry?
Didn't you just pass the salary resolution?
Well, we passed the,
That's what you passed.
no, I just read in reference to the resolution. I
Oh, I
read the
thought that's what you
resolution
voted on.
regarding the pay increase and the decrease and things of that nature. But as far as the actual, resolution, we didn't, I don't remember us
we did.
passing that.
I think we did. King, is that when you had Deborah abstain, Ashley no, and then, yeah, that was, yeah, so now we have to
Yeah.
vote on
Yeah.
the
Yeah.
overall.
I was thinking about this resolution.
Yeah, we just voted on it.
All right, so that
The
passed to
budget
forgive me.
resolution.
All right, are we back to you, Beth?
We have the budget resolution is what we have left.
Okay, I'm sorry.
That's
See,
okay.
that was the first thing I wanted to do, and then we kind of switch
Right.
gears. All right, in reference to the budget resolution and the salary resolution, Beth, how does that fit into the actual budget?
It fits in the budget. There's allowable amount for that into the budget. That's what I'm
Okay.
saying, that's what I was saying before. There's a placeholder for what we have in the salary resolution so that it fits within that.
Okay.
And you voted on the salary resolution, so that's accepted. And so, and that's it within the budget, within those
Okay,
categories,
so
in the
all
personal
we have to do
services.
now is just vote on the actual budget itself?
Correct,
Okay.
correct.
Does anybody have any questions?
What- We want to hear from the union and make sure that the fire department gets everything that they want.
Oh, yes, I'm sorry.
That they need.
Yeah, need.
It's
right.
Everything is what you, okay.
Okay.
Can you come to the podium, Mr. Mills? I just want to kind of get you on record, that's all. So what we did, the trustee and the chief gave us information regarding the firefighters' contract, which ends the end of this year. So what we wanted to make sure of, because, I've heard a couple of things here and there regarding some overtime that you guys had to fight over because the numbers weren't correct. I'm kind of beating around the bush here. But I've heard some stories here and there, so I just wanted to make sure
You'd have to
that.
be more specific about what you're talking about, because I'm not sure.
Well, in reference to overtime, was there a point where they had issues with how the overtime was calculated, the firefighters? At some point?
What issue would we be referencing?
No?
I'm not
Yeah,
sure,
sure,
I'm
go
not
on.
sure a
Go on.
Yeah, we don't have
specific
any
question about
Yeah.
overtime.
Making up stuff.
The only thing that I can imagine that you were talking about was early 2024, I think, maybe 2023,
Yeah.
2023? January of 2023, yes, there were some questions about how overtime, particularly how the regular rate was being calculated, which is the hourly rate, yes, and those were resolved.
Okay. All right.
I know what you're
Yeah, so I just wanted to make sure the document that was passed on to us was a document that you all agreed with, you participated in, because, there's always this conversation, this rumor, this misinformation regarding, the board not being interested in our firefighters and our EMT personnel, and how we're always, fighting to, or willing to work with the State House to, dismantle you and have the mayor's office involved with transitioning you all over to IFD. So I wanted to put that kind of rumor to rest, and I know you all have heard it in the fire stations. And so I wanted to make sure that that document was something that you guys were involved with and you
Yes, we were
agreed to.
involved in it, and I appreciate that, because we've been hearing those, I've been on for 20 years, and I've been hearing those rumors for 20 years, so I just kind of ignore them these days, but I know some people still listen to them, and I don't know, we really can't control that. But we all appreciate what Pike Township has done for us for our entire careers. We're proud to be Pike Township firefighters, Pike Township EMS. We're proud of Pike Township. We may not came from Pike Township, but we're proud to be here.
We appreciate
And represent everybody.
Yeah, and we
So.
appreciate you guys, what you guys do for our community
My-
as a whole.
Thank you.
Okay? That's why we want to make sure you all get what you deserve to get.
Okay, appreciate it.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Can I clarify something you were asking about the salary resolution? So the salaries are in there, but then you mentioned something about like the perf and the health insurance. That's different, if that's what you were referring to, is if there's enough in the budget, because that was not in the budget for that, because that's quite a bit per employee. So if that's what you're asking me, I apologize, because you said the salary resolution, that doesn't include perf and benefits in the salary resolution. So I just wanted to clarify what you were asking there.
Well, yeah, then you make a real good point. So moving forward, what will we need to do to make sure that the resolution that we pass tonight, and things like, perf and, get appropriated the way it needs to be appropriated?
Well, I'll be honest, I'm not sure that I can do that within this budget, because see, it's already been advertised, and it would have to probably be an additional appropriation that we'd have to do next year.
For
So-
2026, this is for 2026.
Correct, but I can't add this in here. I've advertised the budget, you cannot go over that, and that's quite a bit more money in there that I'm not able to come up with in this particular budget, knowing that this one needed to be added. So it can be an additional appropriation, but it has to be done next year, but not tonight, because I can't do that. I don't have room to do that for next, that's just not allowed. following the process. I'll be honest, this is the first time this has ever happened in my career of changing this like this, so.
But
We can do an additional appropriation, but it has to be
in
next year.
January.
You won't be able to, we can't say right now, this is being approved in the budget. So I just wanted
Yeah,
to
we don't
clarify
want-
that, because
no.
when you made that statement about the salary resolution, that, yes, is capable of being in here, but the benefits are not. So I just wanted to clarify that.
Okay. Anybody satisfied with Beth's explanation?
I'm fine, we're under estimates, so, I mean, that was our whole goal, is to make sure that we stay within the estimate of the code, or the projected budget. We did that, we saved some funds, so I'm fine, I have no problem with it. I mean, it's in the scope of what we can, so that's totally fine with me.
So I just wanted to clarify that.
Okay.
And
Any other questions with that?
no, I just want to
Okay.
thank the fire department for everything they do. You guys are pretty amazing. So we want to make sure we help you out however we need to help you out. And any rumors you've heard about consolidation, you said you've heard it for 20 years. Let us go on the record. No one on this board will ever agree to consolidate our Pike Fire Department, ever. We will not. If you hear otherwise, please address it with us. If we consolidate the fire department, that's putting a hurt on us and our residents. Contrary to some, we still live in Pike, so that will also hurt our delivery times if we need some type of EMS service or fire service. So that is not our goal, and we will never, ever consolidate the fire department just out of a whim. That won't happen. So I'm on the record saying that. We respect you guys, we value you, and our job is to support you however we can while being financially mindful, and you're doing a good job.
Being financially mindful. Yes. Okay, what's next?
Okay. I think you're up, Beth, again?
No. So all I was saying is, I mean, again, what you have before you, well, it's not on here, but, the resolution, like I said, in the general fund, the, amount for the general fund is 2,724,688. And then the township assistance is 1,517,400. The fire and EMS is 52,520,134,000. And the cumulative fire is 940,000, for a total of $57,702,222.
Is that what Madam Chairwoman gave you?
No, I didn't get anything, so I didn't know it had changed, because I have to do it on this has to be on this
That's the
paper.
form she has.
But okay, that's this one that I had sent out, because that's
Can
what's
I
in
get
Gateway.
yours or the one that,
Which one?
she doesn't have it,
Which one?
the one we have? Let me see the one you have, let me see that one. That one right there, Claudette. Yeah,
It's a 23.
okay.
Yeah.
The one you gave
I need
Ashley.
this back.
The one you gave Ashley.
I need that
No,
back.
hold on. That's not what I'm looking for. No, this, do you have this?
That's the salary resolution, which is what you adopted, and yes, I did get a copy of that. That's different than the
Okay,
budget.
okay. I just wanna make sure you had the right
Yeah,
one.
yeah,
Okay,
no, thank you,
okay.
I have that.
The budget itself is inside the folder.
Okay.
Yeah, this is the budget, it looks
Yeah,
like
it's in the,
this.
it's in the
Yeah.
folder.
And that's what you should have, because it looks like, yeah, and that's what's up on the screen.
Okay.
So then you just need to, a motion to approve if you're going to.
With the adjustments that were made, does this need to be,
No, see, that's what I'm saying. The salary resolution is completely outside of this
But
budget.
there were other things that I mentioned in the resolution.
Okay, I didn't realize that was the resolution you were saying for the budget, because we were talking about the public hearing for the additional appropriation, I
did
guess,
I-
when you were talking about that, so
You have
that,
the resolution?
I only have this resolution that I brought. Okay, you can't, I mean, I can't do it off of this isn't DLGF's format, I can't do it
Can
off of
change
this.
down.
I didn't say you could. All I'm saying is, in reference to the verbiage that's in the document, in reference to the numbers.
Can't change it, it's downtown.
You can hold on to that, Beth.
I can't, because we have to
You
vote
can't.
on it tonight.
No,
I'm just saying, I
the
can't just-
resolution, you can hold on, not the.
Okay, I apologize,
That's
but
all-
I,
that's-
that's the one you passed, that's the salary resolution, which is fine, I've got the one that you guys gave me, the adjusted one, and that's not a problem. You can sign that, document is not a problem. Yeah, that is fine, I mean, we'll still need a copy of it, because I have to have a copy of it to sign it. But this one is what's in Gateway, and I have to change a lot of numbers.
You can't change the numbers that was already.
No, I can't table it, it has to be passed tonight.
Let's keep it quiet in the room, because we're being recorded. Folks,
This has nothing to do
keep it
with
down.
this. That's
We're
what I'm
being
saying.
recorded.
So this is what has been done. This affects this, but I wasn't given this because I have to make all these adjustments in Gateway in order for it to look like what I have to pass. No one, see, normally I've never been to a meeting where they give it to me the night of. Ever. I've never had, I mean, literally never. I know, but I can't. Yeah, I know, I'm not trying to be difficult, I'm following the rules. I don't know, because I've never dealt with this before, I literally. Yeah, I mean, I felt like we had discussions, and I felt like it was open and good discussion. I mean, we revert back to the 25 budget if you don't pass it tonight. And I have to pass it off of this resolution, which is in Gateway. I don't have a choice. I'm not trying to be difficult. I don't have a choice. If it's not a matter of opinion, it's not a matter of opinion. I can't do it because I have to do it like this. I mean, the bottom line is we can reduce it and not spend it. And that's fine. So technically, this has to be passed, and then I can take this back and look at it, and there can be discussion after. Yeah, there's no problem at all. Like, I mean, honestly, that's what I almost really, honestly, I need this piece because no one told me this needs to change before then. That's what I kept saying. I needed to know if this changed because I have to do this based off of this. And I'm happy to talk about it. Yeah. So here's the problem.
Politics. This is politics.
I have to go into something and make all these changes.
resident that wants to speak that has to leave, so can we get them to speak? I'm not the president. Well, she's over here talking, but we got people who want to speak. Right there, it's Jeff Jones. Speak.
Attorney. Sir.
No, I understand, it's just, I was not having this at that time, which I asked and asked and asked. And I've had conversations, and I even talked to Demetrius yesterday, and thinking that I could take care of all of this. I have a problem, because that needs to be done, but I have to have it, I have to submit it to what's on that. It has to be approved today.
What I'm saying, what time does this happen? You said this has to be tomorrow.
No, it has to be approved today, signed off on today, so that I can submit it.
And when is it?
Well, I mean, I can submit it any time, it's not a problem with that, it's just,
Why does it have to be tonight? Again,
because the meeting, that's fine. The DLGF,
every year, I'll say this one more time. Every year, it's the same nonsense. Every year. Because you're trying to do something against the gun.
but I also feel individually,
Don't shake your head. That's why I'm going to get a couple of years. Okay? But my point is, every year I say this.
So, but he's asking a different question.
yes,
We got two things going here. You are advertised to have a meeting and vote on budget. That's your business for the season. There is some lag for when it needs to be turned in. You're not turning in something different than what you voted for. This is a matter of just handling this and turning it in. So you have an advertised budget that I think, yes, correct me if I'm wrong, they have made changes. No one is weighing in on those changes are valid. You have voted on it. There made changes. And what I hear you saying is you don't know if you fit those advertised categories.
I can't say that.
Fair to say.
Usually you have to tell them, I haven't done the math, because I'm literally was just given this second, so because she hasn't done the math, that would be like, so we gotta get together, guys. I can't recess and do this, I have to have my computer, I have to make sure it all, it's not a matter of 5 minutes of me doing this. I guess I don't understand.
Remember, down the road, okay, tomorrow, is that something that
I agree with her. If it all fits under those categories, and the DLGF approves what you've done. And I haven't seen that before you started doing it, so no one's saying that that's going to
last week when we were on the training session, she would not be moving, she would not work for us. She would not be.
I'm not going to
You got the email.
I'm not going to get into that. I'm walking you through where you're at, where you stand right now. Possibly, you could do additional appropriation next year, as she said. The problem is that you don't have either. So let's not hold on. Let's just get to our dates. We're not going to hold hands and get each other. We're going to get through these moments tonight. You're not going to have a budget. And that's going to be on the bond. So
So the appropriation that we can make.
If this all fits, you can appropriate money next year to back into the categories that were changed. None of that is to say that you're going to get to that stage, because the detailed budget and the changes we made were never, this is just a synopsis, correct? And you have no analysis that the drops over here equal to the additions over there, correct? Not to mention, yeah, so, if all this fits under this, or you could just say, as much of this fits under this until something doesn't. That's the budget, and if something flows over the top, then somebody's sacked. I kind of think that's where you're at. If some of that doesn't fit under this, this is the amount you've agreed to spend. You want to start doing line item vetoes and line item changes. We'll see. That's what, and I think that's what I hear you saying. We'll see. I've never seen it before.
I've never seen this. But you can't, but the problem is it's not a line item. I know, but you can't do it that way. It depends on where it falls. It's not that, unfortunately, it's not that simple. And
In the future, we all need to be involved.
Yes, well, this is how you avoid situations like this. Madam Trustee.
yeah, I mean, if I think
You know,
of this
we'll
ahead of
take
time,
us to the process, and we need to be involved in the process.
and that's, well, and that's fine.
It's not your fault.
No, because we asked him. Yeah. And now we're in this situation again.
You know, all year long, we're trying to have meetings, okay, all year long, you know, not the government sector. We will try to have it somewhere else, all year long, okay? So next year, we'll have one meeting. But the other business part, we need to stop. Right, like I said, this is my 7th year.
And we can still discuss this. Right, if you prove this, then we can still discuss this after the fact. It's not a problem. I'm happy to do this. Well, unfortunately, I can't do that. I can't, but I'm happy. And again, it's not a problem. This is what you want to do. It's not to say we can't do that. It's just I have to make sure. So for tonight, we need to
Don't interrupt while she's having a conversation. Don't be like that. We're trying to have a
So once we approve this, then we'll sit down with you, discuss this, pass it, and how this fits into. There's plenty of money. Okay, it's not like,
we just say so. And if it doesn't, like I said, if one category doesn't work, we can do it in our appropriation. If Or you can move between categories. Again, I just can't say that.
Same thing with the medical and the perk. We have to do the additional.
I'm fine with that to get done. I mean, we just saved a lot of money, so I don't want us to have to go back and, if we don't have to.
Okay, now can we have them speak?
Okay, did you have any other questions?
Now can we have them speak so we can, people need to speak before we leave? They start losing folks.
Let them go. I don't care, we got bigger opportunities.
That's why I say sometimes.
Okay, what's our next thing? What are we doing now?
Chief is up next. Okay. Sorry for the interruption. But anyway, we're going to move forward with the 2026 budget. But, you know, there's going to be some work ahead of us because some of the things that we're trying to do in a positive way has never been done before. Because to be quite honest, the previous board never got involved the way we are getting involved, okay? And throughout the years, you know, trustee says she's been here 14, I've been here six and a half years. Never, ever have we ever been invited into this process, ever. I can't speak about this 6.5 years prior to that, but I know the 6.5 years I've been on here, she's never called, she's never invited, okay? So we get to a point that now they're telling us, as has happened every single year as I've been sitting on this board, they throw a budget at us, millions and millions of dollars, want you to approve it today because it has to be in by tomorrow. It has never failed, not once. It's the same thing year in, year out. And it has to stop. Because we're responsible for this money. Things that have happened in Wayne Township some years back, where they trusted the trustee, some of you guys know, especially on the fire side, where hundreds of thousands of dollars missing. We don't want that to happen on our watch. Now, people upset, don't like the work that we're doing, or don't like the fact that we're pushing, asking questions. That's what we're here for. Down in Wayne, FBI was knocking on the board members' doors. We don't want that here. Okay? So that's why doing what we do. I'm pretty sure everybody in this room understands that. If you're responsible for money, you have to be serious about this. Things will fall through the crack. All right. So in reference to the budget, anybody have any questions regarding the budget resolution that Beth has provided? I'm sorry. No, I don't think, I think you can have something to say afterwards during the public comments, but at this point, it's just a vote. Okay. So everybody have reviewed this?
So what was the outcome of what you all were discussing before we vote on it?
Well, according to Beth, because this is a document that has always been filed with the Department of Local Government Finance, that we have to vote on this document, which really frustrates the hell out of me. Because, again, this is one of those situations that this is being forced down our throats, and it doesn't feel very good. It just doesn't. So in the future, we will be involved. Okay? We will have monthly meetings next year. Trustee likes it or not. She don't want us to use this government center, this government building, that's on her. But we're gonna have our discussions. Because this is very
This is
serious
not
business.
true. Stop all that.
This is very serious business. You don't have the floor,
Well, I'm
trustee.
tired of you saying that. That is
Okay.
not true information. Just
So
stop it.
the thing here
You have a meeting
is,
anytime you want.
we're going to follow the nickels and the dimes and the pennies because we're responsible for it.
Supposed to.
We just are. And if anyone don't like the process as we move forward, then in 3.5 years, vote us out.
And Madam Chair, I want to go on record to say, I understand, Beth, this might be the first time you saw it, but there was an invite where I was actually a part of the dialogue to meet with the trustee well in advance of this meeting, so we could hash out what our cost-saving
such a lie.
effects looks like. And that went nowhere.
It didn't go anywhere because it's not true information.
Okay.
So just
I have the
stop it.
emails, but that's.
Yeah,
we're
you
not-
do. Let's
okay.
show them.
Yeah.
You
Anyway,
asked
as
me
I
to
have
do
the floor,
something
Madam
next
Trustee.
day.
I have the
a
floor.
schedule. So that's
Our
false
efforts was
information.
to pass
Trustee,
a
will you
balanced.
stop being combative?
No, just stop lying.
Okay?
Our efforts was to
Stop
pass a
lying.
balanced budget,
I won't be combative.
ensure essential
I'm gonna let you just sit
services
up and lie on me.
remain, as well as approve the firefighters' contract. There are signs out here that says pass our budget, vote our budget. There has never been a situation or a dialogue in any meeting that I've been a part of where we were not going to do just that. How we got there or how we get there, we may not necessarily agree on, because this is the first time, as Madam Chair has said, we are a very active board, making sure that we're not top-heavy in areas where we do not need to be. Those are not just your tax dollars, those are our tax dollars. We pay taxes in Pike just like you do. So we have to make sure that we are looking at everything holistically, especially since people are hurting under this type of administration. We want to make sure we're allocating where we need to allocate and not doing what we shouldn't do. So I was a part of those conversations to try to mitigate a situation like this from happening tonight. It was a well-balanced budget. We were saving over $365,000, and to avoid hurting the township, because we don't have to vote on it. We don't have to vote on it. But to avoid hurting the township where we don't have a budget, we're gonna move forward with voting and then try to make sure that we reevaluate the areas that we need to reevaluate that we just voted on tonight. Because this is what leaders do. Leaders figure it out without making a scene, without putting on a show, or without fear-baiting the community. And I'm over it because that has been my experience with this trustee. She may do a good job in some areas. I'm not going to take that from her. But in the areas of working with a co-equal branch of government is an area that she struggles in. And that is my truth. And I'm done with the topic of discussion, Madam Chair. I now turn it back over to you.
And I want to address that. What I'm sick of is board members bullying me every day in this office. That's what you guys do. So everything that you said, I ditto that for me, because
Okay.
that's what you do. Bully me, and I'm not gonna be bullied. Like you said, I do the best I can. I'm not trying to, I don't care if you meet every month. Who would not want a board to meet every month? Who wouldn't? If that's what we're gonna do, that's what we're gonna do. I'm not in objective to any of those things that you guys are sharing out here. And so I just wanna go on the record saying that. And
Trustee
I
Johnson.
welcome you guys to be a part of the conversation, but I'm not going to be bullied by you guys. And so when I feel like I'm being bullied, I will not be in those meetings. I will not. And I will always stand on that.
Well, the statute says that she is supposed to be at every meeting, okay? That's what the statute
too,
says.
you too.
Now, when
Statute
she
says you
doesn't,
too.
that means she's breaking the law,
Yeah.
okay?
You too, supposed to be at them too.
But believe
And I have
me,
been. I
no
haven't missed
one
any
has
meeting
bullied.
In 20
You
years.
can't bully a bully,
I've never
okay?
missed a meeting in 20 years.
So no one bullies Trustee Johnson, okay? She ain't that kind of person,
I'm glad you know that.
okay? You just now confirmed.
Yeah, I'm glad you know that.
We have numerous emails, okay, throughout this year, where we've tried to call meetings to get with
Such a
her.
liar.
Numerous. She's busy, she's doing this, she's doing that. You know, you can't have it outside this government center. The law doesn't say that you gotta have it here. This, whatever you wanna call this, $150,000 of your tax dollars, is this necessary? Really?
You need to talk to
Is this
Ron about that.
necessary?
It's not what I wanted. This is what
Okay?
the governor said.
This is not necessary.
Can we
You go
please-
to any township, okay, they're behind a couple of tables, doing their thing.
Tear it down.
This was not necessary, $150,000.
Madam Chair, can we please move on, because it's getting
We
late, and I
can,
know
we
everybody
can.
wants to get out of here,
Thank you.
please.
Okay. All right, so I entertain a motion to accept the 2026 budget.
I'll make a motion to accept the 2026 budget.
Can I get a second?
Second.
All in favor? Are we in favor? Yeah, are we in favor of passing the budget? 2026 budget? Yeah?
Yeah,
Yeah, okay, yeah. All in
Yeah,
favor?
aye.
Okay, thank you. Okay. Budget passes.
he had a,
Okay.
That was three.
Any other? No, well, we're supposed to finish. Okay, go on.
And then I moved away, went to the military, came back, so I've been back about 15 years now. This is my first board meeting that I've been to. I just gotta say, this is, excuse me, some of the most dysfunctional stuff I've ever seen. I don't know how some of y'all got voted in, but it's gonna make me think real hard before I vote again. But I'm gonna come to some meetings to see where my tax dollars are going to, because this is unbelievable. I serve on 2 boards right now, and some of the stuff I'm seeing, I've never seen in my life. And my good tax dollars is going to this. So y'all need to get it together. Y'all need to get it together. That's all I want to say. I see y'all later.
Ty,
Thank you.
Ty.
Please get it fixed.
What, sir, what's your name?
Jeff.
Okay, so we can put it in the minutes, okay? Thank you. Take care.
Yeah.
Ty.
Well, I just want to say, for me.
What's your name?
I'm Mr. Cartwright, Ty Cartwright. This has been, from what I've seen from years, coming out here and dealing with people, this is one of the most active boards to where they ask for transparency. For me, watching this board, I've seen in the past, most people, they listen to respond, but this board, they listen to understand. And that's how they make their response. And so I just want to give you guys kudos, you know, for what y'all do. Y'all asking for accountability. And then some people, it's not, if you're saying something wrong, a lot of people don't like what they're hearing. You know, you're not saying what they want to hear, you know what I'm saying? So when you're not saying what people want to hear, then it becomes an issue, you know what I'm saying? But keep up the good work.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
We try, no matter how much it looks dysfunctional. You know, the dysfunction comes with folks who don't want to come together. You know what I'm saying? They don't want to meet you halfway. And then there's this internal issue that you have that's unnecessary. The previous board that I was on, everything got passed. Everything got rubber stamped. And so that's what she's accustomed to. There was very little dysfunction. You know, I was probably the only voice. You know, I was the only one vote. And that was okay, because I got to say what I needed to say and to make sure that the people were getting service. And that's the reason why we're all here. We don't want to waste nobody's time. We don't want to waste people's money. That's not the goal here. The goal is to make sure we're doing the best that we can possibly do, and we're, you know, making sure that we're good stewards over taxpayer dollars. Yeah, transparency is very important. Okay, so I think we passed the budget. I think Jeff Bean, Chief.
The fire department's report for the month of September. Year-to-date, we have 11,088 total incidents that we've responded to. 9,029 of those have been EMS incidents. That's about 81.4% of our runs, and that is very consistent for us. The remainder of those are 14.7% of those have been fire runs, and 3.9% of those have been other types of runs. That puts us about 0.8% below where we were the same time last year. So for us, that is encouraging. We'd like to continue to see those, those response incidents go down. We continue to search for paramedics. We have 2 open positions, and we continue to look to fill those positions on a regular basis. Our community risk reduction specialist, Caitlin Rose, she started in June. She had a large public education presence in the month of September out to the schools, and so that started up full force for us. Since we've last met and had a presentation, we placed new Medic 61 in service. That was a new vehicle that we purchased. We have also placed a new Medic 65 in service. That vehicle was remounted, and that's gone in service. We've received engine 62 for a replacement, and again, a new vehicle, and we have ladder 64 that is due for its final inspection on November the 6th. So a few people will be going up there to make that inspection trip. We've received bids for a new ambulance and for security system upgrades that we put out. We've awarded the security system upgrade bid. We have not yet awarded the ambulance bid as of yet. We still have an opportunity this week to go and look at one of those manufacturers that we are otherwise not familiar with that placed a bid. We have conditional offers to 8 individuals that'll replace individuals that are retiring next year, and those will begin in late December for us. We start them in late December because we have an opportunity to take advantage of a Department of Workforce Development grant for some of those individuals. Our community resource paramedic program made a presentation at the ITA conference last month, and that was well received amongst those attendees for that conference. That's all I have.
Thank you, Chief. Trustee Johnson.
Good evening again. Just want to thank everyone for being here this evening and listening. Just want to share, we are out in the community as always, various festivals, events, school, educational activities are going on. And so me and my staff are very involved in our community, and we're out educating the public, making sure that they know that the trustee is here. Again, I'm all about transparency. Since I became the trustee, we have been able to have a website. We have our meeting minutes. We have our agendas. And so I can stand and say I've done a good job with being very transparent. I have no issue with making sure that we take care of the needs of the resident. That's never been. Again, I think when you come from sitting on a board for 14 years, what you do is you trust the trustee and you trust the fire personnel to make the decisions. I'm not a firefighter. That is not my area. I am an educator and I am the trustee. And so I have faith in my staff to do the job that they need to do. We have been audited every year, and we have came out with flying colors. So I think if the trustee was doing something, or the fire chief or whoever, you would know. Everything is public information. You can go online and look it up, and you'll see that. So I just want to share that, and I think I hear the speech every meeting. If we're doing a horrible job, how am I passing my audits? Because they will find out if there's something, that we should be doing. I do want to echo with the chief. We had our Indiana Township Association conference, and Pike Township, out of 1,002 townships, we presented there. Me and the chief were on the big screen presenting. We're making our township viable. We're making our township proud. But no, you don't hear that portion of it. So I'm very pleased that the chief wanted to take that extra step with me and present at the ITA conference across the state of Indiana, where again, 1,002 trustees honored us. Because they said, you guys, we want to be like Pike Township. We want to do the good things that you guys are doing. And so I do have an issue when you take an IT person out of the budget. We need an IT person because you have 5 fire stations that have to be manned 24/7. How you gonna have a stations and no IT person to do what they need to do? That doesn't make sense to me. That's not being fiscally sound. And you're taking money out of EMT and things like that. Well, no, I'm gonna fight that. And so I just wanted to share that. If anybody has any questions and concerns, you can ask me. You don't have to accuse me of things. That's what I get upset about. Come and talk to me. We can hash it out. I'll tell you what you didn't do right or what I may not have done right. But anyone out there, if you want to ask me a question, you're more than welcome to ask me a question, and I will give you the best answer that I can give. Because I live in this township. I've been doing this. I love what I do. I'm not trying to make individuals, residents not have anything. I want to do everything we can. And for you new people that have never been to a board meeting, and some that don't even live in this township, I don't think I would have been nominated Trustee of the Year 2022 for the whole state if I was doing anything wrong. So I stand on that. If you want to, you come over to my office and you can see my award. So that's all I have to say. Thank you. Have a good one. That's all I have.
Okay, the other piece of business that we need to vote on is the contract for the law firm. Okay, so you got a copy, I gave you all a copy of the contract for the law firm. We need to vote on that.
I don't think we have that agenda. That was something you guys added at 4 o'clock this afternoon. We don't have that.
Isn't that on the agenda?
No, it's
It
not.
says
Not the
contract or
agenda I have.
resolution?
Nope. I have the agenda that we have, the original agenda is not on there. Again, you said something at 4 o'clock to add something, and I don't have that, I said.
Well, we'll put it on the agenda next month. Okay. All right, any public comments? Come on, Pat.
I can probably just stand here and ask. One question I wanted to ask was that, there's talk about, what Annette does to get out the word to the community about events that's going on, if they, how they support the community, what they do, what special events and those types of things. But I also wanted to know, as representatives of your districts, what are you doing in each of your districts to let people know? Do you have meetings every month? Do you attend HOA meetings, that, do you have that all documented so we can see what you're doing, to represent your, districts and letting them know what is going on?
Yes, ma'am. Hi, Ms. Pat. Yes, ma'am. So I know for my district, I represent District 2. I've actually sent mail pieces, and I've held 4 town halls since I've been in office. And this body actually held the first multi-level government town hall back in May. And that was the first time where our township hosted multi-level government from state to federal and local. And then we've also created the Pack to Pantry to help feed our residents here in Pike Township with Lincoln. So those are, and I also go to HOAs in my district. So those are some of the things that I've done and I've worked with the board to do, so.
What do the rest of you do?
This is the similar things, in reference to, in case folks don't know, I'm also the president of the Pike Township Club. Okay, and I try to work with the board members. Ashley is the secretary. We've been doing for the last couple of years, which had never been done before in reference to the club. We've done community outreach events. We're here shortly going to do Luncheon with Santa, where we're going to identify 100 families in Pike Township. In Pike Township.
Where do you advertise that?
What we're going to do is Ashley's going to be sending out flyers, okay, and hopefully the trustee will put it on the website, okay. So what we're going to do, I've talked to one of the counselors at Pike High School, who's involved with the entire, school district, who will be sending out the flyers. We're also, I just had a meeting with some of the members yesterday. Cynthia's on the committee, and we're going to be reaching out to the apartment complexes, as we did last year, to let them know that we're doing this, and we're going to try to identify families that are in need for the holiday. So I'm a community-based person. That's who I am.
Now, what I've done, I'm community also. I've actually won several awards for Volunteer of the Year awards for several organizations. Like Member Demetrius has stated, that we had our first town hall meeting in May. I work closely with pantries in our community in Pike. I'm actually there volunteering. I actually organized the Pack the Pantry event in less than 30 days, and we collected over 2,000 items for our Pike residents because, and I was actually featured on Fox 59 with Angela Gano, because we have a little relationship there. So I've done that. We're also in the process of organizing a coat drive. So we are in the community doing what we're supposed to do. We're doing more than what the boards did before. Not only that, I don't know if anyone is familiar with BOSMA, which is located in Pike Township. I had asked the trustee once about, let's work with BOSMA, and she told me that she didn't need them. So what I did, I reached out to them, and they have a program for their clients to get them employment internships. So I work closely with them, and this summer, they partnered with 2 major organizations here in Indianapolis. One was the West End Hotel, and the other was the Ursay YMCA, which I also sit on the board of directors for. So being in the community is what I do. That's why I'm on the board, to to do more with my platform, because my philosophy is we need to make our community better than how we found it. And if we don't refill the well, who's going to? So I'm doing what I'm supposed to be doing, and also making sure that I am, we're doing checks and balances of our taxpayer dollars, because those are my dollars also. And our taxpayer dollars is not an ATM machine for people just to spend. So, thank you, Ms. Pat, for asking.
Miss Pat, what I do in my community, I think you know, pretty much I try to get around to the neighbors, see if it's anything they need. When we have events in the community, I always attend. I work with the board with any of the events that they have, or volunteer for whatever it is that they need for me to do. So, that's what I do. Yes, ma'am, I do come to the HOA.
If you have anything else you need for us to do, let us know.
Anyone else?
Yes, ma'am.
Abdul has something. Abdul has something.
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
Joachim Shabazz, Pike Township resident, lawyer, general handling budget. I just want to make sure, just get some clarification on the vote you folks took earlier this evening. Just to make sure that I understand what happened. You lowered the chief's salary. You basically fired the IT guy, and you gave yourselves a raise. Was that was that what happened this evening? Because if I understand, you cut his salary to zero. You lowered the chief's salary by $7,000, and you gave yourselves a raise. I'll take your silence as acceptance. Thank you.
I mean, we're at the same meeting.
Well, in reference to.
The same meeting.
I have a document here. Like I said, I've been on the board for the last 6.5 years. And I have a document that indicates one of the reasons why I had issue with the salary, in particular for the chief. In 2020, October 18th of 2022, very similar to the date we're in today, where the budget has to be in by tomorrow. We signed a salary resolution for 2023, indicating the salary level for merit fire chief and a salary level for a civilian fire chief. So when Chief Trigg retired, Chief Beam took over. And based on the employee compensation report, Chief Beam, as a civilian, earned $141,943. But yet, on the civilian salary resolution that we passed, the civilian was supposed to make $107. Nobody came to this board to get a new appropriation or to sign off on a new resolution. So,
the answer is yes.
yes, what?
You did lower the chief's salary.
Yeah, you read the resolution, you heard the resolution.
This budget over here, so his position is now gone, and you gave yourself a raise. It was a simple yes or no question.
Well, and we based the raise on,
No, I didn't ask what you based it on, I just asked
no,
the question.
well, I'm gonna tell you, okay? Like I said earlier, okay? Some of the townships are making over $10,000.
Only
They're
two.
they're saying, let me finish, Trustee Johnson.
I have it right here.
They're doing similar work, each board, township board. You go to Noblesville, they're at $13,000-$14,000, okay? And you go to a bunch of other townships close by and compare their salaries. So we're within reason of requesting this percentage so that we can bring ourselves up to where we deserve to be.
And you guys
Okay,
are
and do-
you are familiar with that section of law that says you cannot raise your salary while you're on office, that's wait till the next term.
What?
You cannot raise your salary during your term, that's wait till the next term.
Well, I don't know about that.
No, that's the
Okay,
law.
well,
Council tried this law.
listen,
You can't put your salary on
do you
hold until
think,
the
do you
next term.
think that we've done with the stuff just being, you know,
Yes,
folks
I
off of
do.
the, no.
Abdul, you know better than
you
that
know
because
better
you're,
than that.
you're,
Okay.
you know better than that, Abdul.
But,
Let's
okay,
not play that
I know
game.
better
Also,
than
you cannot
that.
raise your salary during your term in office, that's going to the term of the next office.
is. Yes, it is.
So you may want to check that.
I'm looking right at it.
You think we haven't checked that with some lawyers?
I don't know what your lawyer told you.
Okay, I mean, you know, we do our legal work too, okay? Chief, go on.
So if that's the case, Abdul, how is it that the trustee was able to get a 20% increase while she was still in office her first term?
Hey, I wasn't here.
I'm asking you that question. The laws
I didn't get to
apply.
get it,
It's not-
remember?
You did,
No,
but
I
okay.
did not. It was the next term.
No, it wasn't.
Yes,
No,
it was.
That was in the resolution
Yeah,
also.
I didn't get to get it, so don't make up stuff. You can go back and look at it. Go
We got it
to.
in there.
Go
No,
on,
no,
Chief.
Go ahead, Chief.
no, that's a lie.
Let me take an opportunity to try to
didn't get to
address
get
the
it
fire chief's
because
salary
he said no.
issue that has been brought up. In 2020, the fire department had a civilian fire chief. That fire chief, by the salary resolution, the salary for that pay was $107,000 for that position. And then in 2021, correct, Chief Tragister came in. That salary was for the merit fire chief, which was not listed that way previous to 2021. That salary was $125,302 in 2021, and the fire chief civilian was listed on that salary resolution and continued at $107,000. No change was made to that salary number because there was no civilian fire chief. So that number stayed. That number stayed the same in 2022. That number stayed the same in 2023 because there was no civilian fire chief. These increases of the salary came to the fire chief merit line item. The intent was never that you would not continue to increase the salary of the civilian fire chief. It just wasn't done because it was a zero. There's a zero on the 2023 salary resolution for fire chief civilian. So if, by your logic, you couldn't have paid me anything, which.
It wasn't you.
Correct. But to continue the logic that would say that we had this $107,000 fire chief salary from 2020, to expect that was not going to make any changes to that for those 4 years would be unreasonable.
And you're right, and that's why the number of 7,100 are in that ballpark. Okay, we're taking in consideration that $107,000 would have increased over the years for the cost of living. 3%, 5%, it had varied throughout the years, okay? And then on top of that, that particular year, 2020 to 2021, we were in the middle of COVID, okay? The board at the time, okay, yours truly said no, gave that so-called civilian an $18,000 increase during COVID, when people were losing their lives, their jobs, their homes, that year.
And that fire chief was working.
I didn't say that fire chief wasn't working. All I'm saying is, I'm basing it on a resolution that was signed 2022, 2023, 2022, 2021, is when you came on board, Chief, to your own admission, because I asked you about a month or so ago if you were a civilian or merit. You told me you were a civilian.
I am a civilian. There's no
And
question.
so, and you told me that you guys, I guess you and the trustee, had changed that. You washed that away. and you made yourself on a level of a merit
Nobody did that.
fire chief.
Stop making.
I'm just asking you.
No,
Because that's what you said.
yes, I said,
Okay.
I'm a civilian,
He is.
Right.
right? And yes, we got away from having different pay categories for civilian people versus merit people. It's the category. So division chief, previously, we had a division chief civilian that had a different salary than the division chief merit. And that's unreasonable to do. The expectations of the division chief are the same, whether they're a merit firefighter or whether they're a civilian employee. Doesn't make any difference. The expectations and the responsibilities of that position are the same, and they should be paid accordingly, and they are. And that's the same for the fire chief. Doesn't make any difference whether I'm a civilian or whether I'm a merit firefighter. My responsibilities are the same. And I'm paid according to that. But we don't have, you're right, we took it away. We don't have a differentiation for fire chief civilian versus fire chief merit. We don't have a differentiation for division chief merit versus division chief civilian. Doesn't make any difference. So yes, we took it away. It's my decision to do that.
And all I'm saying is, back when we approved this resolution in 2022, it was a different salary allocation for, because it makes a difference. A merit, if you were to lose your job tomorrow, where do you go to? You're a civilian. Whereas the merit, they would go back down to whatever captain, whatever lieutenant, right?
Correct.
Okay.
Thank you.
All right, I mean,
I was looking at the statute, and I don't see where everybody's talking about that it has to be during a
Our lawyers emphasize.
election year. Okay. I didn't see that. I didn't see it.
Not doing election year, just
All right.
year, it has to be the next term, the next office.
It didn't say that, though, and I'm looking at it.
I'll find it.
Okay,
so
thank you.
Jeff is right there. He's the attorney for the
I'm actually
township.
looking at it. I
We don't
know
even have
where
to
it was.
do all that anymore. It's late.
All right, well,
We don't need their
we're,
counsel.
as far as the agenda is concerned, do we want to meet next month to talk about some of the other items?
The
The
only one-
policy, the
Yes,
guidelines,
yes.
that kind of stuff?
Yeah.
Yes, because I have serious concerns, because I don't know if we have the expense for at least I haven't seen it yet, when you email asking for the expense, Madam Chairwoman. Because I know I was able to look at not you, Chief, I was able to look at the 2024, and I saw I don't know why we're paying steward speakers $1,000 from the township, and I don't know why we're paying, it just looks like there's a conflict of interest when the trustees, her son is getting paid for an expense, and I want to get clarification on why we did that for 2024, and if that's the practice for 2025 with some of these expenses, because I don't know why we're paying steward speakers $1,000.
I don't know either.
And that's the problem, we don't know.
Right, so I agree, we should have a meeting next month. I definitely, next month is Thanksgiving month, so definitely before Thanksgiving, please. And not on a
So
Tuesday.
if we keep on,
It'll be
the
the third
schedule.
Tuesday, because
We
that's
keep
what
on
we
the
fall in line
schedule.
with other 9 township trustees.
Okay, I don't wanna do it on a Tuesday.
It doesn't have to be, we can coordinate with Beth's schedule.
Right.
But we don't need Beth, I don't think we need Beth here for
we
that.
don't need Beth here.
No, we don't need her for that.
No, so,
The 19th
is that what day is
of
that?
November, that's a Wednesday.
Can we do it the first week of November? That way we
Yeah,
can
let's
get
do
it
the
done
first
and
week.
over with?
Yeah, get it
That's
over with.
all, November 4th is election day, so we want to meet on the 5th,
Wednesday?
Yeah, that,
Wednesday the
Yes.
5th.
Yeah.
yeah, that works for me.
You guys
Six-
good?
6
Yeah.
o'clock.
Deb, your calendar is good?
November 5th?
The 5th,
Mm-hmm, day after election day?
so far it is.
Okay.
You good?
So far.
Or do we need
November the 5th is
You're
a
good?
club meeting.
Huh?
November the 5th is.
That's
club
right, I
meeting.
forgot, that's right. So how about the 12th? That's after
No.
Veterans Day.
Can we do
I
the
think we got
7th?
that, do we have that Marion County Land Use meeting?
That works for me.
What's that?
Whatever day, the 12th, if we have to
The
do it.
12th?
That's fine.
Is the 12th good? All right.
Yeah, because we technically could have just voted on it tonight. We could have, done that.
You good for the 12th?
12th is fine.
Okay. You good for the 12th, Deborah?
Works for me.
So far.
Okay. All right, so, Trustee Johnson, our next meeting will be November 12th at 6 o'clock, right here, unless we're told
Yes, no, we can't.
differently.
We have a standing meeting every month here. That's the Pike Township Residents Association. They've been doing it for 30 years. So we have to find, that's why I was saying,
Maybe you can send a representative.
they can't.
No, not them.
Yeah, they're not.
I'm sorry.
They have a big meeting here. It's already on here.
The
Yeah.
13th, does the 13th
Yeah.
work?
It works for me.
13th.
13th works for
I don't know. I have to look at my calendar. I don't have it in front of me. I'll let you know tomorrow. I don't know.
Okay, 13th?
I don't know. That's
It
all I'm
works for
saying.
us.
Okay.
Yeah,
Sure.
I'll send it to you tomorrow. Yeah, I'll look when I get back over to my office.
You can go to your office right now. We'll
It
wait
looks
for you.
good. No, I'm not going anywhere. There you go bullying. There you go. Leave me alone. Leave me alone before you get
All right, so right now, hopefully,
what you get.
the trustee's not too busy.
Probably not.
We'll have a board meeting here at 6 o'clock on November 13th.
Thanks, Clyde,
Okay.
Madam Chair.
I'll take a motion to adjourn.
I move to adjourn the meeting.
Second? All in favor?
Aye.
Meeting adjourned.
Claudette can do that. I'm gonna give it to Claudette.
I have, yeah, nobody leaves this yet, okay? Here it is, right here. Looking for that, right?
Oh, I mean, drama. Every meeting.
What's the other sheet? This one? I do have a second one. You took it?
I don't have it. I don't have anything. Damn, you have another one? Another paper.
This is